Time now, 43 minutes after the hour. Democrats seeking to cancel some of the $1.6 trillion in student loan debt by as much as $50,000 a person. But what about the Americans who work to graduate without loans?
My daughter's getting out of school. I've saved all my money. She doesn't have any student loans. Am I going to get my money back? Of course not. So you're going to pay for people who didn't save any money, and those of us who did the right thing get screwed.
No, it's not anybody got screwed. When we started,
of course we did. But I worked a double shift, worked extra. My daughter's work, she was 10.
That was a frustrated father confronting Senator Elizabeth Warren, who is at the forefront of this loan forgiveness push. He's not the only one who feels this way. Matthew Noyes worked hard to pay off his student loans after he had them. He joins me now. I mean, Matthew, that's the thing. A lot of parents like that gentleman we saw worked hard so that the individuals, their kids, didn't have student loan debt. You worked your tail off to make sure once you had your loans, you paid them off quickly. Doesn't that soundbite from Elizabeth Warren really get to the heart of the fact that she just doesn't get it?
Absolutely. It's inherently unfair. So myself, after I graduated in 2018, I took a job in Japan, and I chose to sacrifice, live off of very little, and throw all my money at the debt. I even chose to live in company housing an hour and a half away from the office on the crowded Tokyo subway, just so I could save money to pay back my debt. But the problem with Senator Warren is she doesn't understand where people like myself are coming from, people that have sacrificed. It's really not fair to us.
These next two charts, again, these are from Elizabeth Warren, I think tell the story and cut against her argument entirely. Take a look. 65%, if you add up the highest quintile and the second highest quintile, 65% of the relief is going to the top two income tiers. Now let's go to the next chart. 56% is going to those with post-college degrees. Doesn't the combination of these two charts clearly show that the bulk of this money is going to go to people who, quite frankly, will have the means by virtue of the jobs that they are in to pay off these loans rather quickly, meaning this is money going to the rich?
You're absolutely right. So what this is going to do is it's going to penalize, middle-class Americans like myself. It's going to penalize blue-collar workers and people who decided to serve in the military so they could get the GI Bill. It's going to penalize people like that to benefit these, as they would say, privileged people that chose to major in ridiculous subject areas like gender theory. Yep. And it's really not fair to those of us who forwent college or paid it off ourselves.
Yeah, I look at myself. I went to law school because I'm 1,000 years old. My law school only cost $40,000 for 3 years. Try doing that now. But I had about $27,000 in loans. But you know what? I was making a lawyer's salary. I was able to pay it off. There's no reason that a plumber who makes a business decision, who then is ending up working 16 hours a day trying to make a living, made a business decision not to go to college, has to pay for me. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. Final word to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Democrats aren't addressing the root cause of this problem. The reason tuition is so high is because of government intervention, specifically federally guaranteed student loans. That puts people like you and myself and the viewers on the hook for people who make poor decisions to major in social justice and then can't find a job after college because they have no skills.
It is an absolute mess, Matthew. And then you have these colleges and universities with huge endowments, but they can't touch them because they just don't want to. Matthew Noyes, we appreciate your time and your insight. This subject gets you fired up, gets me fired up, should get America fired up. Jillian.
Thank you.